What's up, guys? Welcome to my second office, Pedro DoorDash Santiago, with a daily video. This one's going to be a little bit different. This video is going to be a tutorial on how to use the DoorDash app from a customer's perspective. So, really, if you're a customer or you're somebody that uses the app and you don't do gig work, you need to watch this video, number one. If you are a gig worker that works for DoorDash, you need to watch this video, number two. So I'm going to give you the perspective from a customer on what they see on their end, and I'm going to go through some things that I think a lot of us are unaware of as a customer or a driver, okay? And it's going to be informational. I'm going to put split screens of some things, and I'm also going to show some things from the app on this phone, okay? Bear with me, all right? But this is educational, all right? So if you like the ride-alongs and things like that, this video is not for you. I'll give you time to get out of it. But if you're somebody that wants to know how to use the app from the customer's perspective, this video is for you. I'll give you a minute to make the decision right now. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna see here in the split screen is what it looks like when you get into the app. Okay, I'm not gonna go into like setting it up and things. That's very simple. You're gonna put like card payment, address, email, phone number. I'm not gonna go through that. But when you get into the actual app, that's what that split screen right there is, okay? It's going to give you locations that are close to you and then also ones that are far. It'll give you suggestions, things like that as well, okay? As you can see from this here, this isn't my address. I just put one that's like maybe kind of close, but it's the same zip code basically, okay? That's what it's gonna look like there, okay? And it's gonna say try something new, late night cravings because it's, past 9 o'clock, national favorites. It'll have things like fastest near you, most popular. It'll even sometimes give you like options to order from customer. It gives them the options like, discounted offers from these merchants and things like that, okay? And then even at the top, it breaks down like, are you looking for convenience, alcohol, fast food, chicken, burgers? So if we click on chicken, right, chicken options are gonna pop up, okay? It's very user-friendly. It's very easy to order. It literally, if you know what you want, it's a couple minutes. If you don't know, you could spend maybe 10 minutes browsing and things like that, okay? So that's the first thing you see that the customer sees is that screen. All right, the customer also has the option of hitting this search bar and typing in something. Or also, there's a pickup option, and they can click pickup, and then like the screen shows a little bit different, and then you could order something and pick it up yourself, and then the fees aren't quite as much, and then obviously, maybe the tip isn't an option there, I don't know. But you can also order on the platform and hit the pickup. Not everything on DoorDash has to be delivery. All right, so right now we're gonna pick two merchants, one that's very popular on the lower end as far as cost, and then one around my area that's on a higher end. So we're gonna do two scenarios. The first one's gonna be McDonald's. You're gonna see that here. Anytime you go into any of these merchants, it's up front, it's gonna tell you what the delivery fee is, ranging from free and all the way up to like 10 bucks. I've seen it, okay? And then it'll tell you estimated time of delivery, like how long. I've seen everything from 20 minutes to 2 hours. It's gonna depend on time of the day, the week, maybe the algorithm obviously knows how many dashers there are, things like that, okay? So that information you'll see in these split screens, okay? But we're gonna do McDonald's first, okay? And when you go into it, it's gonna tell you like popular items that you can order from here. We're gonna order like a chicken value meal, like a chicken sandwich value meal. Let's get into that. Okay, so as you see here, chicken value meal, it'll say the price, and then it'll ask you things like what size, soda, if it's condiments or sauces, things like that. Very easy, you have to hit it, and you cannot add that item without making sure you make your selections. Very easy process, okay? There is on certain merchants a special instruction screen and all that stuff as well, okay? With this particular value meal and other ones, a lot of times I've seen the prices more on the app from 50 cents to $1 than if the customer were in the actual store. I think that's just the merchant, that's based on the merchant, and that's them trying to cover some of their cost, okay? So you see we got a value meal here, $7 and some change. You're gonna add cart, and it'll take you to the screen. Okay, there's also options, you saw before, you could like add more items and stuff. It's mostly, now it's time for me to turn the hat around and get serious, because this is the screen we're gonna look at here, the split screen. There's a couple things you're gonna notice. Time to get serious. A couple things you're gonna notice. Depending on your market, there's gonna be things called regulatory fees or like local city tax fees. Some cities capped the percentage. They put they told DoorDash, you can't charge these merchants this amount. It's got to be this. So DoorDash's response was, okay, we'll charge the customer more. We'll do a regulatory fee or a city fee of $1. So in my St. Louis market, if somebody orders from DoorDash, it charges you an extra $1. Crazy. That's right here, or you just saw it. I don't know. Regulatory fee, $1. So a customer sees that. So you got your 7 whatever for the meal. You have a regulatory fee, okay? Then you're going to see tax and things like that. Then you're going to see service fee. And this is what the fee they explain to the customers is how it helps us operate DoorDash, okay? So the customers, regulatory fee, service and fees and taxes, and we haven't even gotten to the tip yet. And let's also not forget about the delivery fee. So they've been feed 3 times already. Okay, so this meal is going to wind up being $14 or whatever, right? And it is what it is. It's luxury. Nobody needs a chicken sandwich meal, okay? It's not an essential thing. It is a luxury, and that's customers, I feel, should pay extra fees, and that's fine. But what I noticed from these fees, the thing I'm thinking about is, okay, so DoorDash pays me $2.25 in base pay, okay? In your market, maybe it's $3. It depends. Maybe there's a peak pay, maybe there isn't. Mine is $2.25, right? So really, the service fee, regulatory fee, whatever, like, I'm not getting all the fees as a driver, right? But there's no way the customer really knows that what I'm getting and what I'm not getting. Is the tip going to me? Is it going to the restaurant? I think there's missing transparency there, okay? There's definitely missing transparency, all right? But I guess my point here is DoorDash has to be making money on these orders because, like, think about it like this. If they're charging a fee, a small order fee, they're doing all these fees, right? A service fee to operate the whatever, a delivery fee. Maybe the delivery fee goes to the merchant and helps them pay DoorDash. Who knows? But if they're charging every customer between $1 and $4 in a service fee to operate the platform, right? That goes right to DoorDash for their business, right? So then the base pay is coming from that and going to us, and then obviously most of what we make, they want the customer to tip because that's how we're going to be able to take orders and how it's going to entice us to take orders, right? Okay, so let's get into the next screenshot, which I think is the most important. Okay, with every order I've placed on DoorDash, and many others have said this to me in the comments or in an email, it tells you the fees, and then when you hit like place order or whatever, right, then it takes you to the spot where you have to like, there's a tip option, and it automatically does it. Some merchants, it's percentage. Some of the like higher volume ones, right? Once you get to a certain amount, and you'll see that in the next option. But like at McDonald's, we'll stick it to McDonald's. It's like $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, depending on how much we're spending. This tip here, right? It's suggested was $3 or whatever, I think, right? So then it takes the $14 to $17. So as a customer, I think, oh, I'm paying $14. And then now I'm being ready to check out. Boom. Where's that $3? It's a tip? Oh, I don't want a tip. It's McDonald's. I don't tip when I walk into McDonald's. I think that's part of the logic. They think that we either get paid more from DoorDash, or maybe they think we're affiliated with McDonald's. And, you know, there's a lot of misconception. Even though it says there, this is a tip for the driver based on da-da-da-da-da, suggested tip. Customers have to, and this is the next screenshot, hit other and type 0, 0, 0, and then hit done. And then it goes back to $14. To any customer that's watching this right now, if you've made it this far, thank you. Trying to educate, knowledge is power. Tip your driver. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want your food quicker, tip your driver. Why are you not okay with giving somebody $3? If you give them $3, the likelihood of you getting your stuff hot and fresh and quicker is more. If you don't, you might not get your food, or it might take a long time. Very simple. Don't hit 000. That's rude. Next clip. All right, so when I did that order from McDonald's, it took me 30 seconds. Very easy, okay? There's also a spot, we're gonna talk the next one. So this next clip we're gonna do here is gonna be like a seafood place that's close to me. And this order is going to be a lot more, and you'll see that I wanted to do 2 different scenarios to see some of the differences, okay? let's get into that. Okay, so this merchant, the first thing I see that pops out to me and to a customer, $6.99 delivery fee on the higher end, I think. Okay, so I see that, and that might go to the merchant, go to DoorDash. I have no idea. I think I would imagine the merchant sets that price, and that's for the to-go boxes and the ordering of the process and paying the DoorDash fees percentage that DoorDash charges for being on the platform and all that stuff that goes into it. Okay, I think delivery fees are fine, but as a customer, I would challenge us as drivers. I think a lot of customers think that $6.99 goes to the delivery driver. I really believe that. I think they think we're getting some of that. And some people say, well, what about the base pay? We are getting $2.25, $3. Yeah, but we're not getting $6.99 unless there's a peak pay. Like $6.99 base pay is very rare with DoorDash. I'm at almost 3,700 deliveries. No, it's rare. When it happens, it's nice, but it's rare. But as a customer, if I order that, I'm thinking that's probably gonna go to the driver, right? So that's the first thing I noticed, and then you see next to that the estimated time and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into ordering items from this particular merchant. Okay, so I ordered like a combo platter, and I added like a couple little additional add-ons. I think it came to $106 or $104, something like that. So a good, good meal, nice meal, spending $100, probably enough to feed 2 people. But I'm like, all right, I want some lobster and crab legs or whatever, some seafood, shrimp broil. So I see that when I'm, and then I go to check out, and then I see these fees right here. Okay, so as a customer, I'm up from $104, $106, whatever, to $141 with the fees. And I haven't even had the option to tip yet. There's a service fee. So the more the customer spends, DoorDash charges the service fee more. Why? Why do I need to spend as a customer $20-something on service fees and delivery fees to operate the platform? Is the algorithm working harder because the dollar amount's more? Doesn't make any sense. I'd love some answers on that. So as a customer, $100 to $140, that's kind of shocking, right? And I haven't even gotten to the tip part yet, right? So now, as you see here, the suggested tip on this, I think, was $20 or $30. So now I'm up to $170. I went from a basket item, combo item, $104, $106. Now I got a tip, I'm at $170. A lot of money. Now, I think they should pay it, but I think, and you customers in the comments below, let me know. Is it like you're sticker shock? Like, are you like another $70 in fees with a tip? Sounds crazy, right? 70% more for my meal. But once again, the suggested tip on this one, as you saw, was a percentage. And if you don't want a tip, you have to hit other. And I did an order that was $145, and I got tipped $0 last month because I didn't want a tip. And I think it's because they thought the service fees and all the delivery fees was going to me, and it was not. It went right to DoorDash. And they still paid me $4 in base pay. DoorDash, you have some explaining to do. Why take more from the customer just because the order's bigger? If you're taking more because the order's bigger, the base pay should be more, but it's not. I've shown that many times, and I've seen it many times. It's crazy. I'm going to show you on this phone in real time exactly what I mean by that when it's a large ticket item. But before we get into that, there's notification options where a customer can turn on notifications to give them updates on the actual progress of their order and the dasher having it arrived at the store close by. Customers cannot have that on or have it off, right? So that's why I think sometimes customers aren't ready for us because they don't have those notifications. But if you're a customer, hit the notifications thing and you could update that. Very easy. I recommend it so that you know when we arrive, you're ready to get your food and ready to start eating. Okay, let's do it in real time. This is a place called King Grill, okay? You notice the delivery fees, $0 delivery fee as long as you spend 15 or more. And that's common with a lot of merchants. But then also 53-minute delivery time. This place is not close to me. So I think it shouldn't be on the platform, my opinion, okay? Let's go and order a couple things on here, and I want to show you something. So let's order some 10 wings with fries. I'm gonna order a few of those to get the amount up, okay? So we're gonna go boom, boom, and there's ways you can type in if you want the same item in multiple amounts, you can do it, it's very easy. So right now we're at Let's go up to about that amount from the last order. We're going to go to $101 worth of food, and we're going to click add to order. See that? Okay, now a little card icon, then I go there, and it says delivery or pickup, boom. And it also says you save $5.99 with promotions. I'm guessing that's the delivery amount if you don't spend 15 bucks. Okay, so as you can see at the bottom here, there's my subtotal, 101.94. Okay. And then delivery fee waived, 0. Then we have service fee, $15.29. If I click on that, this 15% fee helps us operate DoorDash. So DoorDash is making $15.29, guys. $15.29. And then there's tax. Well, tax is tax. It is what it is. If I click, so now we're up to 127. 101 to 127. If I click continue, then, okay, it has my address, right? We see the spot where it says drop off. I can click on that. And this is where it has the option to hand to me or deliver to me. And then it has drop off instructions. If I tap on that, I could type in gate codes. This is where customers, we want gate codes, any kind of access or any instructions that might help. That's where you put them. We like helpful instructions. We love gate codes. Any access that we might need, we need to know that, okay? That's where you do it. It's very easy. But also, if you hit hand to me, that's what we expect. If you hit leave at my door, that's what we expect. Customers, take notes. Let's go back. Now you see now we jumped up to $147 as I go to checkout. You see how it says 15%? I have noticed that is the default percentage in my area. I could change it. I can go to 20, I can go to 25, and the subtotal will change. So if I leave a 25% tip, we're looking at $160. So I was at 100. Now with the 25% tip and the fees, I added $60 to my order. Now, if I'm a miserable human being and I don't want to tip my driver, I click other and I type in zeros. 0, 0, 0. Then I say, yeah, I'm miserable. I click OK. And my total goes back down from 160 to 127. So now I'm like, ooh, I just saved money. I'm not tipping my driver. The fees are going to him. That's where I think the lack of transparency comes into play. Now, if I click place order right here, then you're going to see it. It's going to basically, I'm not going to do it, but it's going to say, all right, connecting you to restaurant. If the restaurant's closed, sometimes it says it's closed. I've seen that before. It's happened to me. Or it says, if it goes through, it goes through. Then it searches for a dasher. So then at this point, this offer is probably going to come in at about $4 to go about 13 miles because there's no tip. And then it's going to wait for a dasher to pick it. And then if it does, it's going to tell me the dasher's name. And then it's going to tell me when they got to the store and estimated arrival time. If a dasher picks up this order going 13 miles or so for $4, you're not a good dasher. I'm sorry, but you're not. You should never take that order. If I'm not going to tip you, don't take it. And customers, tip your drivers. Very simple. Let's go on to the next slide. Okay, now if I'm a customer that has something in their cart and I haven't processed or done anything and completed it, you're going to get a little thing like this that from DoorDash saying, oh, we still have your order. Please go to your cart to place it. And they'll send you that notification within a couple of minutes, okay? So I think that's good. It's like, good like reminder, oh, you forgot to place your order, blah, blah, blah. I've had that happen many times, okay? So it'll send them that information, right? Now, let's get into some base pay stuff. Okay, this is my opinion, not fact. This is my theory. I want to state that before I say it. I don't have any factual things to back this up. It's all hearsay. I did talk to a support agent today, and that video will be out at some point this week about an experience I had at Merchant. And I had some questions for him, but you guys will see that coming up at some point. This week, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. DoorDash lowered the base pay in a lot of markets. It is what it is. I beat that topic up a lot, right? This is why I have an issue with it. You guys just saw all the fees that they charge to customers, and you mean to tell me they have to lower the base pay? If DoorDash isn't making money, it's because haven't been around a long time. And when you have a new business, you have startup costs, a bit expensive algorithm, and you got to pay support, and you've got marketing, and they ran Super Bowl ads for millions of dollars during the Super Bowl. Like, I get it. But those are costs that businesses know they need to have. So when most businesses start up, they're not making money. You open a business the first year, you're lucky if you break even. If you break even, that's a win. I think they're trying to grow too fast and they expect too much, and they're trying to sell. They're going to try to sell it to something and do whatever, and they need to make as much as they can quickly because they are charging the customers enough to pay us more than $2.25. They're charging the customers enough to pay us more than $4 for a 10-mile trip if the customer didn't tip. They are paying us enough. I called one of the public affairs guys today, left him a voicemail. I hope to hear back from him. Something Taylor Bennett, I think his name is, and he's a public affairs, global public affairs for DoorDash. I want to have a conversation with him about base pay and transparency. He probably won't call me back, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to try calling him, and I'll leave him a couple more voicemails. I'm very determined. I think they're not being transparent with us as Dashers. They're clearly not being transparent with the customers. It's part of why I wanted to make this video educational. They are charging enough in fees, guys. They are. They need to up the base pay. We would all love that, right? Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Do I think my base pay will be more than $2.25 at some point? Could be. Do I think my base pay could go as low as $1? I absolutely do. I've seen it at $2. I saw it from $3. I see it at $2. So it tells me $1 is coming. Absolutely. I hope this video was informational. I wanted to share the customer perspective. And if you're a customer, I wanted to give you some tips on what we like as Dashers. Have helpful instructions. We need gate codes. And tip your driver. You're going to get your food quicker. And we're using our automobiles. And I think some customers don't know that. And I think the Dasher app is smooth in how it works and the easy ordering process. But it needs to be a little more transparent with stuff. There's some transparency in there, but I think it could be better. I saw something on Uber today that when a customer orders on Uber Eats and it's raining, it gives a little notification, it's raining, please tip your driver for their work in the rain. That's a fantastic thing to do. It doesn't mean the customer's going to tip, but it's a reminder, you know what? It's raining and we are out there bringing you food. Listen, you guys are great. This video is probably a little longer than I wanted it to be, but you guys know how I roll. Listen, bet on you, set goals one day at a time. Do not forget, if you are a gig worker, have a plan, have an end game. Figure out why you're doing this. You should have a goal, how long you want to do this gig work. Bet on you and have your goals, man. Do them one day at a time. Build and work towards something. DoorDash doesn't care about the drivers. They don't. They've shown us that. And if you're a new Dasher, I would challenge you, don't take orders that don't have tips on them. Have a money to miles ratio and work your business plan as you see fit, okay? I think it's super important, right? Super important. You guys are fantastic. I hope this video helped you. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I give you guys videos every single day, and I try to keep it as real as I can. Listen, you guys are fantastic. I love you. Deuces. I'm out. Mañana. I'll see you. Bonus clip. If you guys know anything about this kind of bottle, if you know what that's about, comment below. Deuces.